happen for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Modify Your Life podcast, where I am your host, Anthony Lopez, also known as Heavy to Modified. And here on Modify Your Life podcast, where we talk about modify your life mentally, physically, emotionally, financially.
All the leads.
All the leads. What's up, Miss Co-Hostess with the mostest?
I feel better.
Finally. I mean, no one's made a complaint, but man, I was tired of hearing you cough.
I know, sorry.
You waking me up, my sleep schedule has been, I respect my sleep a lot. And your sleeping has been horrendous.
Yep.
Your coughing has been horrendous, which has caused my sleeping to be horrendous. But then I don't want to be like a jerk and be like, oh, babe, can you please go to the living room? Like, because I'm trying to get sleep. Like, I feel bad. It's not like your choice to be sick, but
no,
like.
but I did leave to the
You a couple
living room
times you realized you were waking up.
But
I
then you
appreciate
would come
that.
and sleep on the couch. So I was like,
Well,
what's the point?
Because like, you know, obviously when I'm speaking for all dudes, man. When we're sick, man, we were babies. I'm a baby. So like, I refuse. If I'm sick and you leave me by myself, I'm gonna be pissed. Honestly. So I do the same thing back. So I'm gonna take care of you because when I'm sick.
Then don't complain.
Well, I'm not complaining. I'm just verbally talking about it, expressing my feelings.
You just give me the death stare, like.
I'm verbally giving my opinions about how I feel about the situation at hand.
And you're very opinionated.
I'm very opinionated because that's how I got here.
Because God gave you a mouth?
God's working on me, baby. God's working on me. But no, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah.
How are you doing this week? We have a
I've been
I threw a wrench on you. Welcome to
Twice.
You already know. Twice this week? No,
Twice.
one time.
Well, when I picked you up from the airport to go give the gifts to the first family.
So fun.
Then you're like, hey, so when are we doing tamales? And I said, oh, I'll probably do them a day before we leave.
That's your fault.
Wait, I said, we'll just do them like a day before we leave.
You're woman-splaining.
I am, so allow me. And then you're like, well, I was thinking, why don't we just grab them, all the ingredients, like today, and we don't have to do anything. And I'm like, why grab the ingredients if we're not going to leave for like another 5 days? Stuff has shelf life, but I was like, whatever, I'll appease you. We go to the grocery store, and I thought we were going to put everything just away. And you're like, well, maybe we could just start working on the salsa. I'm like, I can't work on the salsa unless the meat is cooked because I use blah, blah, blah. And then I go to sleep till 3. That's
insane. The whole lie you just told yourself and you believed
the lie?
is crazy. So let me explain what happened. We come back from giving these beautiful kids their presents.
So
And shout out to everyone who donated.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. It really means a lot. We're definitely gonna do it again next year. Definitely gonna pick some people to do 3 months of free online coaching. Thank you everyone again for really getting together and putting such a big smile on that family's face. Oh my gosh. We have some pictures we're gonna post on the social media soon. We just haven't got them from the company yet. From the nonprofit.
But we'll emoji the baby.
Yeah, for sure. So anyways, I told her, I wanted to get the tamales stuff because we make tamales every single year. One year my family freaking bought tamales and I almost disowned them. Like, how am I half Mexican and more Mexican than my Mexican family?
Yeah,
that's
that
absolutely
was like the
disrespectful.
second year I was dating.
That was a slap in my ancestors' face. So never again do we do that. So I was like, hey, let's get this stuff because I knew we had a busy week this week because we still haven't went Christmas shopping. We still haven't done X, Y, and Z, right? So I was like, we haven't even stopped for our family. I haven't shopped for you. Like, I haven't done anything, but we shop for the kids and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, let's just get the meat and stuff like that because in my head, I'm like, well, we lived in California. We have to go to different stores to get everything to make tamales because it's so packed. So I was like, she's like, oh yeah, let's go get it. I was like, cool. And then we'll put everything away. I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll make the green salsa so I'll be a step ahead because I knew this week is busy. It's a week before Christmas. My clients some of them are absolutely crushing it physically. Some are crushing it just mentally. Some are crushing it emotionally. But some of them are also falling off because it's Christmas time. They're struggling a little bit. We all are. Me too. I woke up this morning being lazy, right? So it's like, I was like, cool. Like, I'm trying to plan ahead because at the end of the day, I need structure in my life. And I build my life around me. Right. And when that sounds really selfish, but me having my life built around me, I'm allowed to be everywhere I need to be for everyone else. Right. My clients, for you, and our relationship, my family, all that stuff. Actually, I'm busier, but I'm so structured that I'm allowed to actually do more for other people. Yeah. So it sounds selfish, but that's what I mean when I say I build my life around me.
You're selfish, so you can be selfless?
Exactly. I never heard that before. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, look at you. That's nice. All right.
I'm a poet.
I'm about to charge you for listening to my Zoom calls.
Shut up.
But anyways, so you know what I mean? So I'm like, let's plan ahead and get this stuff ahead and stuff like that. So we get this stuff.
Plan ahead for me.
No, plan ahead. Well, I helped with tamales, but anyways, this is my side. Stop woman explaining. Okay. And so we get the stuff and I was like, cool, you know what? I'll probably make the green salsa. But what happens in her head, she hears me say, oh, I'm going to start making green salsa. She thinks that she has to hop in the kitchen and help me when I'm an independent black woman. All right? I'm proud. I'm independent. I don't need no help. I don't need you to step in the kitchen, right? So I was gonna do it,
Did
and then
you
she
say
hopped
independent
in.
black woman?
Yeah, I'm independent. I know exactly who's gonna judge me for saying that.
Gotcha.
Bryson and Katya. Yeah, but anyways, I said that. I don't know. I felt like saying it. I say what I want to say, and that's what it is. That's what I felt like saying today. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I felt like, and I stand by it. Clip it. All right. So, and then so I was gonna start doing the work, stuff like that. And then she wants to start cooking the meat and all that stuff. And then you started doing, but it actually worked out because now I have to have a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning.
That you just
Well, I
threw
had
at
no
me.
choice. I had no choice.
You threw at me.
No, I had no choice because my TRT is, I've been taking it for 6 months. Like, you know what I mean? Like for those of you who don't know what TRT is basically for after a man turns 30 years old, or testosterone starts to go down. Well, I've lost all this weight and my energy's never really matched it. So I went to go get a blood work done. My testosterone was like 216. And I've been taking TRT from a doctor, from a clinic, not from someone in the garage, from a clinic. Mm-hmm. And its highest it's gotten was like 416 for like one blood work. And that was it. So I'm like, why am I paying all this money? And then I started doing more research. I started talking to more people, and they found out like, oh, I can't say I found out, but I'm gonna say that just I've been taking it for a while and I'm not feeling anything. So I have to make sure that my junk works as a man, and I want to make sure I have my body's running good side out. So I have to go get that doctor's appointment because now I'm not with my doctor. I found a new doctor, and now I have to go do blood work because they can't just take over. Okay, here's my blood work from this people. Okay, help me out. Like he has to do his own type of blood work, and then
you had to pick a bougie one from Huntington Beach when we could have got one here in Vegas.
Well, I don't know him. This is my body. Like I have to have. We're trying to have a kid next year. I gotta make sure my junk and my trunk works. In my frunk, not my trunk. My
Your
trunk.
Swimmers?
Gotta make some my swimmers. I'm trying to make sure I got Michael Phelps down there. You know what I mean? So I gotta make sure my stuff is good. So it's already bad enough. I've destroyed my body for freaking 70%. I don't know. I can't really say a percentage of my life, but
you look good though.
Thank you. I'm 3.8 pounds away from being at my 260 pound goal. So you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's it. So that's the story. So you hopped in and you decided to change the game up, but we do have to leave last minute though. I still
had to cook
for the ebook.
9 recipes for the ebook.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Which
Proud of you.
9 meals doesn't sound like a lot of work, but it is
really
when
doesn't.
you have to.
Doesn't sound like a lot.
Shut it because you don't do it.
It doesn't sound like a lot.
It doesn't sound like a lot. But
you brought it open. You said it doesn't sound like a lot, and I'm agreeing with you. It doesn't. It doesn't sound like a lot.
Oh, I'm gonna knock you out.
Hey, guess what? I can't sleep on the couch tonight because I'm going to my grandma's.
I'm a Mexican cook, so it's just like a little of this, a little of that. So like having to like taste test and measure even your freaking salt.
Okay, let's not bring race into this, okay? You're just a human being who cooks. You don't have to bring race into it or gender.
You just did that earlier.
Yeah, but it's different.
You even called yourself a woman.
I am the host, Anthony Lopez. No, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. That is the situation. No, but I do have to obviously, I did throw a wrench, but that's just my life. I'm here one day and I'm gone the next.
Oh wait, going
right?
back to
I'm
the
all
tamales,
over.
did you realize that living in a bougie area is not that convenient for minorities like us? Because the freaking Mexican grocery store, the nearest one was
like
30
minutes away. Where do we go? It was even like
it was 30 minutes.
It was a super.
El Super, yeah.
Super. In Orange County, those things are freaking around every corner.
A mile from our house before.
I feel like my mic. I feel like you have the best one.
Do
and they're both the same. No, not the mic. Like I feel like it drops unless I move that much. But anyways, yeah, no, 30 minutes to get there. Like, but with California, 13 steps in every direction. Hey, don't you start, the view. I got to say, I got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I don't want to hurt your feelings. I saw a couple comments and I just want to speak out on them.
Okay.
They've noticed since your cough has been here, our views have went down. And you were only on here because you're the most viewed one.
I don't have to be here.
So if your views don't start catching up to like what you were bringing before, we're going to have to get a modified Frankie modified. A modified Frankie. We might have to get a Frankie 2.0.
Sir, I don't have to be here.
We might have to get Frankie get a freaking Frankie 2.0 to step in.
Damn.
You know.
Be my guest.
You know what they did about talking about stepping in something. I don't know why I thought about this right now, but they did that to the owner of Wendy's. The owner of the actual girl that Wendy's was named after.
Chunky?
She did a commercial. And they replaced her with the skinnier version of Wendy's. But the actual girl that Wendy's is named after, like the family that named after Wendy's, or I guess her name's Wendy, the daughter, she's overweight. And they replaced the Wendy's girl because they said it's a bad look.
It's reality, though.
Yeah, I don't know why I just talk about replacing right now. I don't know. That the Wendy's thing came up. I don't know. It's welcome my brain and welcome ADHD. right? But that's it. So, you know, we need your views to go up. So if we got to get you crying again, right? We need you some whatever.
Well, I might get bashed because I'm not wearing makeup today.
You don't need makeup though. That's one of the selling points. That was one of the selling points.
But I got dark circles.
Yeah, that's fine. It's all right. I'm dark too. Is that bad?
I'm not a colorist, so.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, rude. All right, don't be getting this canceled. But I'm just talking about. Like, I'm serious. So like, I'm gonna have to get you signed a couple. If your views don't start going up, we're gonna need to. Gotta get you off.
Okay.
All right. Sorry to break the news. What are we talking about today? What do we get into? Or is our banter done?
Our banter?
Is our banter done?
Our banter's never done.
Hey, Christmas is in 5 days.
I know. What are we gonna do with shopping?
Happy holidays. Happy Friday, everyone.
Oh, and our second family, you just did all the shopping for him, right?
Yeah, I did that.
We just need to shop for clothes.
You were grinding yesterday.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
What?
Like even though like I don't like it, but I like it. Like I don't like that you went to sleep at 3 a.m, but I like that like you went to sleep at 3 a.m, at 4:45, but you were working on our ebook for our brand, for our clients, for the people who want to eat health. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was in bed chilling. I was like, I'm gonna go help you clean. Cause I woke up to go pee, and you weren't in the bed. So I figured so I got up, and I was gonna go help you for a second. But you're already pretty much done.
I have to. There's too much passion in the kitchen for me.
Oh, you
like I was already so tired when I made the first batch of banana muffins, and I was
shout out to Marcos.
They were okay.
Nah,
like,
the second one those was
I'm like,
fire.
It's not hitting though. So I'm like, here we go again.
Those second
Whip up another batch.
Modified Macros ebook. Go ahead and go grab it. All the websites are down below. Go grab it.
Yeah.
But co-hostess with the mostest.
What we're talking about
If you didn't track
today,
it, you didn't snack it.
It's true.
Mrs. Bot, not built.
Yes.
Mr. did not going to the gym. I'm going to Jen.
Ooh, I did go to Korean barbecue last week.
Yeah, with Sandra, one of the girls I trained. So proud of her.
Let's see. Okay, so our topic this week is going to be, are your habits aligned with your goals?
And you know why we're talking about this? Because literally today, the day we're shooting this, we actually have a group Zoom call. And I was kind of, every single morning I wake up, I do these things to pour into myself, right? So I wake up, right? And first I do gratitude, right? And I'm not sitting there in the corner, my legs crossed, humming and stuff like that. I wake up, I do my prayers, right? And I'm getting ready, and I'm just have gratitude. Like I look at Francine, she's breathing, makes me feel good. Okay, she's alive, she's up, right? I'm up, I'm up, alive, I'm up. And then I walk into the restroom, I look in the mirror, I'm like, damn, like I used to hate the person that look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'll sit down, I'll go in the restroom. No scrolling yet. No scrolling. I broke that today, but normally this is the proper things I do. I sit in the toilet, I start listening to either Andy or Wes Watson, whatever I'm feeling that day. Right, whatever I feel like. Sometimes I listen to like a sermon or something like that.
I hear you.
Or sometimes it's like really how I wake up and I feel. This morning I was listening to Wes Watson because I woke up being a little puss. Like I was not happy with myself. I woke up saying I'm not gonna do cardio, and I didn't have to do cardio today, so I had to go do cardio to do something hard. But anyways, so I do things about for an hour and a half that pour into me. Gratitude, right? Self-development. Do my cardio. Make my breakfast because I don't believe in warming up eggs. Like it's disgusting. And then I just I look around and I'm really thankful. Like I do this every day. And if you're out there, I mean, if you're trying to start a better habit, then start adapting some of these things I'm talking about. It's really going to help change your life because this is what's helping me this is what helped me get to where I am today. And this is going to continue to help me become the better person, the best version of myself for the next couple of months. And then it's going to keep evolving for the next couple of years and so on and so on.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm really thankful for what I have. Right. I'm very, very thankful because one point in my life, I didn't want to be here anymore. At one point in my life, I was unhappy with what I seen in the mirror. At one point in my life, I sat down and I had to sit all tight like this because I really couldn't sit. Like there's a lot of things I'm grateful for that I felt I was I'm not taking advantage of.
It's the little things, right?
It's the little things now, but they're so big to me now.
Same.
And so in order for me to have a successful day, I need to do things that pour into myself. And I need to do things that are going to make me feel good and that I can pour into other people, right? Because my cup's empty. I'm never going to be able to pour into anyone else.
Yeah.
And that's including social media and all that. Stop reading comments right away. I've been getting a lot of hate comments lately, so I've noticed that it's messing with me a little bit. So I got to stop that. I got to step away from it.
I don't read your comments.
Yeah. Lately they've been like, but whatever. It is what it is. And then I go do my cardio. I come home, and this whole time I'm not waking up at 4 a.m. I'm not there in my life yet. There's a lot of people I do follow. They wake up at 4 a.m, 2 a.m. I'm not there yet. I'm being honest. And when that day comes, when I am that person, I'll let everyone know that I'm involved in and why I'm doing it. Because right now, waking up for me at 6 o'clock, 6:30, doing cardio by 7, or 6 o'clock and doing cardio at 6:30 works for me. Everything works for me. And now remember when I'm sharing this stuff too, what I'm talking about, building my habits and stuff like that. understand that my morning can look a lot different than yours. So yours could be wake up, simple thing, pray to who you ever believe in, do a little bit of gratitude, wash your face, say thank you for another day, and then keep going. Like, you don't have to do everything I'm doing, right? It could be, these are baby steps, you know, one thing at a time. So I want to share that. You don't like, oh, if I can't do the things he does, then I can't be successful. No, that's not why you're going to be successful. This is just what I need to do. One more thing that you did yesterday, you're going to become better, right? That's what we're going to do. So find something that works for you as I keep on sharing what I do to pour into myself to become a better person. And then once I get done, I make my breakfast, I shower up, and then I start my day straight into work and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So something that I know for a fact that a lot of us don't do is we don't focus on our habits that we're doing today that's going to make us better in the future, right? We talk about we want to be a better person. We talk about wanting to be a better father, a better uncle, better son, a better brother, a better girlfriend, a better boyfriend, a better human being in general.
So we're just talking.
But yeah, exactly. We just talk about it. But yet talking about it is not an action. It's just verbal communication to yourself, right? What's going to allow us to become the person that we're talking about is taking action, right? Think about it. How many times did you tell yourself that you want to either lose weight or you want to get a raise at your job or you want to get a better job or X, Y, and Z? And what did you do to do that? Or was it just a conversation you had with your girls at lunch?
It was just a consuming thought that I wouldn't do anything about, to be honest.
Yeah. And a lot of us do that. And a lot of us have those conversations and a lot of us have those amazing thoughts and amazing conversations with ourselves and we do it all the time.
But they don't go anywhere.
But they don't go anywhere. And that is like the biggest problem. Remember, just because you didn't stick to what you told yourself you're going to do on Sunday night and to wake up Monday and do some workout or whatever it is, just because you didn't stick to it doesn't mean that you forgot about it. That just means that your self-credit score with yourself just went down.
So you're letting yourself down.
You're letting your own self down. So you're waking up. So think about this, right? When I wake up and I get my cardio done, I get everything done, and I'm talking about on bad days. Bad days. I'm not talking about good days. The one where I wake up and everything's chirping and it's like, you know, it's easy, right? I got good sleep. I wasn't hearing freaking Snorlax next to me, right? Coughlax, actually. Better than X-Lax. Right. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about on bad days where I don't want to do it, like today. Like today I stuck. So I told myself, regardless of how I feel, right? I've embedded in myself, regardless of how my day is going or my morning is going, I need to get these certain tasks done so I could be a better person when I do my Zoom calls. I could be a better person on social media.
Yeah.
Right. And what we don't want to fall into is that we continue to tell ourselves that we want to be better. We want to be better, but our actions say different. You ever hear, it's a simple saying, your actions speak louder than your words.
True.
I could tell everyone that I lost 350 pounds. I could tell everyone I'm going to lose 350 pounds. I could tell you that I'm going to be a better boyfriend and X, Y, and Z. But if my actions are following in line with what my words I'm saying, then those words were just words. They're just letters jumbled together that make something that it became nothing because there's no action.
Gives you something to talk about.
It just gives you something to talk about to yourself, right? So what are you doing? And something that is it's so funny because life is, it gives you little nuggets without even knowing they're nuggets until you need to use it. You need to use that knowledge that you've learned, right? And it's something that my uncle told me years ago, right? I was probably in my early teens. My uncle told me, he's like, what you're doing now, times it by 5 years. And if you feel you're going to be successful and great at it and it's something you love and you're going to stick to, and it's something you're going to be able to do for that long a time, then keep doing it and give it 100%. And so now I look back at it and what are you doing right now? What you're doing today, the day that you're listening to podcast, Friday, I don't know the date, but Friday, this day that you're listening to this the day that came out Friday, so I don't know what day you're listening to it. What are you doing right now and times everything you did yesterday by 5 years?
And see where that would get you?
Is that going to put you where you want to be in that future? Or is that going to put you where you've been for the last 5 or 10 years? Right?
That's a good way to look at it.
We have to look at it that way because they're habits that we have today. So if you're not working on those habits or correcting those habits or correcting your eating, correcting your lifestyle, right? Getting rid of your addictions, getting rid of your crutches today, then you're going to keep doing them 5 years from now. Right? So what are you doing today? And if you do it for 5 more years, if you could be in that movie Click and press that remote, where would you be in 5 years from now? Take a second, pause the podcast, maybe listen to the whole podcast and then go back to this part and do it. Go sit in somewhere quiet, somewhere where it's just you and your thoughts, and vision yourself in 5 years from everything you've done for the last couple of days. Not the things that you should be doing, the things you've been doing. put your fast forward 5 years and where's that person going to be? Where are you going to be in the next 5 years? Because at one point in my life, when I would talk a good talk, but if I really sat down and went over the action I've done, in the next 5 years, I probably would have been dead at one point in my life.
True.
I would have been 600-700 pounds.
Yeah.
We probably wouldn't be in a relationship. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you have to really take it serious like that, because these are habits that we have. We've got these habits from our mom and our dads and the people that raise us, our surrounding, right? Mm-hmm. It's up to us to break those. You don't have to be your mom. You don't have to be like your dad. You could take bits and pieces of what makes them amazing people, and you adapt those, and you could get rid of the ones that maybe you could do without. My mom is an amazing person. She's a loving person. She's a kind person. The heart she has, it will be unmatched for the rest of my life.
I don't think I've met anyone.
But her spending habits and how nice she is and what she'll do, like she'll bend over back for people where it affects her, I will never take that from her. But everything else I took. Mm-hmm. Her eating habits, sorry, Mom. I ain't taking those. I took them I took her for 27 years, and I can't do that no more. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like, and you don't have to be like your surroundings anymore. But you need to start with today. Because what it is that we want to start now, right? You're listening to me and on my podcast, you're like, oh, well, you know, my coach or Anthony Lopez or Heavy to Modified, El Jefe Vlogs, wherever you know me by, he's doing all this stuff. And you're talking about someone that's worked on himself for 5 years.
That worked on what he was talking about. That worked
on what I talked about for 5 years. And now I get to tell you I have this certain routines. And now I get to, but it's for my mental clarity, because I realize the better I am, the happier I am with myself, the more I can help other people. Right? But in order for me to help anybody, I had to help myself. In order for you to pour into your kids, your nephews, your family, you need to help yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because how are you going to tell your brothers and sisters they need to be healthy if you're 400 pounds?
I couldn't.
Right? And what are your opinions on that? What are your thoughts on the whole habit building?
I think it's very important. I still struggle with it a little bit, but I have gotten a lot better. Mm-hmm. So I do have actually, I'll tell you this. Recently, because of my habits, I've been getting a lot of like PTSD flashbacks in a good way though.
Yeah.
Like I have to admit, I've never really been a grateful person, even for the small good things in life, right? Because I did have a hard upbringing, all that stuff, yada, yada. Everyone has their own shit. But I was never like a grateful person for anything, even if it's something good that happened to me. But recently, like how I think I mentioned in the last podcast, like I started realizing a lot of things. Like when I went to buy my mom clothes, she wears, plus size. I was going through those racks and I was like, oh shit, like this was me. Mm-hmm. Not to shade anyone that's still, wearing that. And I'm like, dang, like my habits, like because of my habits, thankfully, like I don't have to shop in one little rack anymore.
Yeah.
Like the world opened to me in that way. And also when it comes to like monetarily, when we were making the tamales, I think the second day when you were working and I had to do it by myself, I was so tired. My body was like in pain. And I'm like, oh my God. But then I would think, I used to have to do this to survive.
Yeah.
And now I'm just doing it for my family. So it like those little pockets, like little things that happen make me like
your own gratitude.
Yeah. I'm like, dang, like I'm so fortunate that now, like, yeah, I'm like, my back hurts and it's all tight, but I'm like, I don't have to do it to survive. I'm just doing it to feed my family.
You're
just
doing
for
it
like
for
a
holidays.
little meal.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You're not doing it to sell them anymore, which was really fun.
But it was because of like habits that I had to build over time.
Yeah, and now think about it. Like a couple months now, since we moved to Vegas, I've seen the biggest change in you. And I'm not talking about weight loss. I'm talking about you as in Francine and you're the noggin, right? Because you've always been an idea. You had an idea. I turned it into a business. Yeah, great ideas. Great ideas.
But execution was never my thing.
Was never your thing. But that's what makes it. I feel that's what makes a sustainable relationship. Is that your weakness is my strong point. My strong point is your weakness. Did I say that right?
I don't know, but I get you.
Did I? If I did say it right,
and vice versa.
And vice versa. You know what I mean? So, and like that, I think that's why we work so good with each other, right? Because I'm constantly everywhere. At one point, I remember the conversation we had where you're crying. You're like, I just can't keep up with you. I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is just me. Like,
so I was
my brain's all over the place.
I was
but that's where we
competing with
wasn't.
you, but not in that way. Like, I don't know the right word to say.
It was when I think it's when I was starting to lose the weight, and then I don't think you had lost the weight yet.
No, it was when we were here.
No.
Yeah, when we had
this
that
is the Orange County
conversation.
conversation.
Oh, it was?
No, this was like a long time ago. But I think it's like when I just
Well, we had a
started
similar
losing
one
weight.
here,
Yeah,
but
okay.
yeah. So it was because I was like in competition. Not that I wanted to be better than you, but I wanted to be up to par of what I thought in my head.
And I always told you I don't need you to be better than me. I just need you to pick up where I slack
You just
at.
wanted me to match your energy.
Yeah, I don't need you to do as much. Like I never, and this is just my household. And there's gonna be guys that are gonna disagree with this, and there's gonna be girls that are gonna love this, or vice versa. But in my household, I never need you to work as hard as I do. 100%. I don't need you to work as hard as me. I don't need you to carry the stress of all the bills and everything. Like I don't need you to carry all that. I just need you to pick up where I slack. You know what I mean? Like that's all I need is like I just need like so therefore if I'm at like 70, if I'm 70% or 60%, whatever it is, I just need you to pick up the other percentages that I'm lacking on at that day or that moment or in that situation. Like I'm horrible at typing, right? If it wasn't for me to speak in the computer, my clients would think they're talking to a 12-year-old kid, right? But when we do business emails, you type them out for me. Right. Or thank God for ChatGPT also. Yeah. Right. But you know what I mean? Like that's where our thing or like, you know, even now that you're taking over the finances, because obviously I'm a horrible spender, but you actually you will build a game plan and say, this is our budget. This is what we have, like, you know, like stuff like that. So I never need you to take the 100% of everything. I don't want you to match me, but always want you to be able to pick up where I suck at.
So we could be at 100.
So we could be at yeah, exactly. Because like if I'm doing 50% of my best is a 50% at this project, but you have the other 50%, like you're the other missing piece of that puzzle. Now we're a completed puzzle. Yeah. Compared to me only doing 50% and not getting really accomplished until I figure out the other 50%. But if you know the 50%, that's where we link together. That's why we make things work, right? I could come up with food. I know how I know how to eat, so I send you the different things, like different ideas.
Like
and
you're
then
like frozen burrito. Let's make that happen.
Exactly, and then I know you can make it happen. And then you could be like, oh, well, we have to focus on online coaching. I'm like, cool, I got the content for it. Like, you know, we go back and forth like that, and that's just what it is. And yeah, so I don't know how we got into you matching me or not, but that's just 100% how I think. Like, I don't need you to match me ever. I don't need you to carry the stress that I carry. I don't need you to know everything that I think about. I just need you to just kind of, you know, be that missing half of the where I'm not good at in that situation, which we do. Yeah. Because cooking, like the ebook, I help on my good things. I help you with the photos and the content creation and the idea and stuff like that. And then you're the glue, right? I'm the ideas, right? I'm you know, and you're the one that keeps everything together. And then the other part of the business, you're the glue, and I'm the glue, whatever. I don't know.
Vice versa.
Vice versa. You know, honestly, that's like really just a sign of being dyslexic. Like it gets me. I know what I'm trying to say, and it's just like I flip everything around. But anyways, yeah. So. That's just it is our household. So getting back into what we're talking about though, because this is something I want to definitely stay on track with, because it's going to bring a lot of value to people by just listening to it, and is continuing with the habits that we have, right? And those right there, now that conversation that we just completely went on and talked about, that's a habit we built into our relationship, because we both didn't have a lot of communication when we started. I had a lot of communication, you would shut down, and then certain situations I would shut down and you would have communication. But that conversation we just had is something that was a habit we built years ago. And I even remember when we first started working on a communication from both of us, I told you, my uncle always said, what happens now, what's going to happen in 5 years? Yeah.
Like whatever thing annoys you about your significant other,
I'm saying whatever annoys you today, it's gonna be worse in 5 years.
But are you willing to deal with it for the next 5 years? And if not, you gotta nip it in the butt.
You gotta nip in the butt. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like it's communication.
So pick your battles.
So careful when you have those conversations too. But you know what I mean? But yeah, it's having those habits, right? And we think about it as it's so small, but it's actually really big. And I want you to think about this, right? Think about something you used to do as a kid, right? Whether it be not throw the trash out, whether it be not clean your room, whether it be not brush your teeth, whether it be, put your trash under the couch. I guarantee you still do some of that stuff today. You don't have to admit it to me. You don't have to admit it to anybody, but just think about it. They're habits that you build over time, and you kept those habits. There's still certain things that you still do to this day as a grown adult that you were doing as a kid. Why? Because you never kicked those habits. Mm-hmm. You did it for 1 day. You did it for 5 years. You did it for 10 years. You did it for 20, right? And that's what we do. We constantly build habits that are going to push us away from our goal, and we run with them, because usually the habits that we have, they're going to push away from our goal, are way easier than the habits to build to make us better. Mm-hmm. Right? For me, it was throwing out the trash. You know, for me, it was not leaving piss on the seat. You know, for me, it was putting my dirty clothes inside the hamper. Right? cleaning out, making sure the car stays clean.
Yeah.
Like little things like that, making sure that, I put things away when I'm done using them. These are all habits I built as a kid which got worse and worse over time that I had to work on. Now, obviously the biggest habit breaker, or the biggest way you could break a habit, honestly, is focusing on your health. Like that, I feel like just gives discipline. It gives you, I don't know how to explain it. It
That
just all
helped me
circles
build
together.
better habits overall.
Because you're organized.
Yeah.
You know when you're going to the gym. You know what you're hitting. You know that you're doing something you don't want to do, but you know you need to do it. It's not what you need. It's not what you want. It's what you need.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just when you start falling in line and you start doing things that are putting you in line with the best version of yourself, it's very eye opening because like it's a good feeling because you don't have to be 100% where you want to be in life, but you start to actually believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know what I'm saying?
See it.
You start to you squint and you're like, oh man, I can see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But when you're saying this stuff, but your actions are different, you don't believe it, so you can't see it. So no one really believes when you say something. When I told you I was gonna lose all this weight, I didn't believe it at that moment, right? Because I've said it so many times. But as I kept going and following my actions were following my words, and they were going hand in hand with each other. I was like, holy crap, babe, I'm doing it.
I guess I didn't believe it either, but I was optimistic.
Yeah. Well, how many times it's a big word, but I'm going to say this. How many times did I lie to you because I was lying to myself?
Yeah.
My actions.
Vice versa.
And my habits were not following
Yeah.
who I wanted to be in life. So by my actions being opposite of me losing weight, I was gaining weight.
Mm-hmm.
Right? By the actions of me saying that I wanted to build a videography company and film for the biggest YouTube channels, my actions were talking, my voice was talking big, but my actions weren't, because I got in one place. Well, I'm glad it was Daniel, but I stay stagnant there because I wasn't to grow, because I felt comfortable.
I think you like the idea and the glitz of it all, because you rented out an office space.
Mm-hmm.
We decorated it for you. We furnished it for you, but then
it got boring.
Stagnant.
It got hard. Well, what it is, I've done this my whole entire life. I start something, I get a little taste of it, and then I just stop because I had no.
But you haven't done it with online coaching.
I haven't done it with anything. Well, because I've actually taken action to become better. Like this is the most effort I've ever gave anything in my entire life.
But do you think
like
that it's because it challenges you every day? So it's not something that's just like, it's easy.
I don't want to say it even challenged me. I just want to say that I just keep working to be better. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just talking about it. Every single time I lift, every single time I eat clean, every single time I track my food, every single time I shoot a podcast, every single time I make a reel, every single time I reply back to a text message, a DM, like, do you understand? Like every single time I do that, I'm becoming better.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Every single time you track your food, you hit the gym, you make a better decision, you tell your friends, no, you're not drinking this weekend. You stick to your plan of waking up 30 minutes early to do some mobility. You are becoming better. But every single day you wake, because remember, every day, we wake up every day, right? We're all here listening to this podcast, so we're all alive. We've woken up every day for the last 7 days. What have you done in the last 7 days to make yourself better? Has it even been one thing? Because that's what matters. Like, that's what's going to lead into it. Like, think about it. How many days did you go in your lifetime where you did nothing to make Francine Viscara better? Think about it. Before your weight loss journey,
a lot of times.
Before anything, think about how many years you probably went without doing one thing that actually made you better. Not cooler.
Yeah.
Not dress cooler. Not for other people to like you. And guys, you wear crop tops, you guys see your tits. Like, I'm talking about that made you a better person. Or
that
made you that filled your own cup. Think about how long you went without that.
For a long time. But there was times, again, I wouldn't do anything about it, but there would be plenty of times where like I would lay in bed and I'm like, what did I do today?
Yeah. Like
even if I had like a full day of work, I'm like, I didn't do shit.
What did you because you're working at a job that you didn't even like.
Yeah.
Right? And now obviously you have to shovel your own version of shit before you get to a nicer smelling shit. It's still shit, but it's a nicer smelling one. We still shovel shit where we're at today. It's a little potpourri in the shit, maybe a little poopery.
Yeah.
But you don't feel fulfilled. Yeah. So think about that.
I went a long time feeling that way.
You were living for the weekend, right? You were waiting for you were living for your day off. Right, you were living for date night. For date night, you were living for those, and I'm talking about before me. I could probably know exactly what you do because I knew what I was doing. Living for the weekend. I was waiting for Thursday to come around so we go out, and Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday it was I gotta do some work. I gotta do, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like, how many times do we go every single day with avoiding who we want to become? right? So our self-credit score with ourselves is so low, we actually have to lie to ourselves, and because we don't believe it right away, because we've lied to ourselves for X amount of years. But then once you start taking your action from the conversation you had, once you do hit the gym real quick, once you do eat clean, once you, even the slightest thing of you have 7 slices of pizza normally and you have 4, you're going to feel proud of yourself. You could have 6 instead of 7 and be proud of yourself. Like, it's these little things that are going, that we think it's so small. Well, I already had 6.
The 1% better.
And 1% better. Like, that's what it is. But you know what it is? We have this mindset is that, oh, well, I already had 6 pizzas, so I'm just going to do tomorrow, so now I'm eat the 7th one. You know how dumb that is? That's like me saying, oh, man, well, dang, I just freaking dropped a $100 bill, so I might as well drop my whole wallet. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how you sound. Like, oh, I've already let this guy steal $500 from me, so I'm gonna let him steal 1,000 from me now. Like, no, you don't eat that last pizza. That's still 375 calories. Don't fold. Yeah. And what we do is like we have these excuses in our head, right? We wake up in the morning and we're like, oh man, you know, I didn't get enough sleep. I'm not going to the gym today. No. Why didn't you get enough sleep? Because it was something you did, right? It was an action you took last night that didn't allow you to go to sleep on time.
But we don't.
Oh man, I didn't wait. Oh, you know what, coach? I left my freaking meal at home, so I ate fast food. Why? Because you left your fast food at home. Does that open up the door to eat bad?
Your meal prep.
There's so many places you could get other than fast food.
Yeah.
There you could go hole in the wall places. Some chicken fajitas with the corn tortilla. Either pick between beans or rice, or whatever it is. Rice is going to be more carbs.
Or even if that's the only option, pick a better menu item.
Pick up. So yeah, and like what it is, but no, because it's easier just to go back to our habits of what we did. Oh dang man, I freaking I woke up late and I was in a rush, so I just went to Starbucks and grabbed one of my sugar drinks in a thing. Well, like,
just something quick.
Why don't you grab egg bites in a sugar-free coffee? Because our habit was. It's easy to go back to that habit because it tastes better, right? It's what we're used to doing. Indulgence, right? Yeah. We fall victim to that, right? So the habits that you're building, you have today, is it going to put you where you want to be in 5 years, right? And if your answer is no, congratulations, you're honest to yourself. Now, what are you going to do to fix it? It's not do everything tomorrow perfect. It's work on something now. What is the one thing that you've been...
No-ish right now.
No-ish. Mine is...
Just because like I have... the vision, I need the structure to catapult me, because
your 2023. Sorry for cutting you off. Yeah, 2023 was structure for you.
Yeah,
because you have,
and I'm still working on it.
And it's like you work so hard. I hate seeing the fact that you're not more successful because your lack of structure. Like think about it. Like
that's my downfall. I
do way more in a day than I've ever done in my life, and I have more free time. Like when I'm done with work, I'm done. Before I was training people till 9 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? I do more in a day, but I'm actually I have more time in the day. If that makes sense. So that's where we're working with you. And that's what I'm saying. Like you've really changed when we moved to Vegas.
I feel like once I tweak the things and like stick to a loose schedule.
No, a schedule.
I'll be more successful.
See right there, loose schedule. You know what that is? It gives the opportunity to say loose schedule. Like, oh well, I'll just wait an extra 10 minutes.
All right, you're right.
Well, I'm calling you out because 1, you're my girl, but 2, I'm calling you out because that is what we do. You just did. You just open up the door for a slight bit of failure,
ridicule,
right? You told everyone, don't tell me what your goals is because he's gonna make you stick to it. 100%. That's what I do, right? But what you just did right now, we say, I'm just gonna have a. What you said is I'm gonna have. All I heard was that I'm gonna have a half-ass schedule.
Okay.
I'm kind of going to go to the gym.
Can I give you my excuse for it?
No.
Let me tell you. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to tell you anyway.
Okay, tell me.
So
I'm not listening, but talk. They're listening, not me. I'm not listening right now.
Is that our life is really fucking crazy?
But it's all on schedule for me. I'm good.
For you.
Because my life's on schedule. I know exactly. Look at, you know what? We're actually, listen.
I work off of your schedule and you just throw wrenches at me all the time.
My schedule.
So that's why I said it's got to be loose.
My schedule's not loose. I know what I'm doing at 7 to 8:15 in the morning. I know what I'm doing at 9 to 9:20. I know what I'm doing at 12 to 12:15. I know from 2 to 30 to 4 I train. My life is all on a Google Calendar. I'm good. My life is stress-free, baby.
And mine's about you.
Nah. Yours is what you just said. Yours is loose. I didn't mean it like that. But yours is your schedule is loosey-goosey right now, But and I call it out just because there's so many people that are listening to that. Yeah. Right? And they're gonna be like, damn, like I'm modified.
Right.
Oh, she's right. Oh, wait, no, she's wrong, right? Like, don't do that to yourself. I don't want to be unrealistic to not think you're not going to get sick sometimes, or you're going to have a family emergency, or you're going to be on vacation or stuff. Well, regardless, vacation, you still have gyms. I don't want to hear no. There's no excuse for that. It feels
will
good
find a
working
gym
out. I follow
anywhere.
Johnny. I Ubered 15 minutes in the middle of Mexico to a gym.
Was it sketch?
Yeah, it was a cool gym. Everyone was nice. Some buff guys in there.
Nice.
Then again, steroids are just still down the street too, so it was
Rampant.
rampant. You know what I mean? But when you start planning a loose schedule, right, then you're basically telling yourself you're going to do it half-ass. Because what that does is it opens up the door to kind of do it, right? And how I just going to paint a picture like this. That's like me saying, oh yeah, I used to be addicted to meth, but now I only do it sometimes.
How do I always become your freaking example?
Because I told you belong to my program. You know what I mean? But like that's what I hear now, right? So when I
Yeah.
say, "Oh, I'm gonna try to do cardio," no, I don't say try. I say I'm gonna do, because when you say I'm gonna try, that gives an opportunity of failure. We are humans, like to be lazy, so let's not say I'm going to try. I'm going to go to the gym. Now you don't have to say I'm going to the gym 7 days a week. Say
At
this week
5:01 p.m.
I'm going to the gym on Friday. If you
No
know that
matter
day you're
what.
off, no matter what.
Okay.
Let's see how you react to that. Let's see how your brain processes that. Because now you didn't give your chance to back out. You didn't give yourself an escape goat. You didn't put over a little like, oh, I'm just gonna maybe if the sun's right and the weather's good and my kids wake up on time and
So
my
the sun
eggs are
rises
sunny
to the
sides up
east.
and the east, you know what I mean? And I see sand on the left. The groundhog comes out. I'm gonna be good and I'm gonna go to the gym. Like stop.
Everything has to
stop,
align.
Yeah, stop doing that, right? Because at the end of the day, check this out. And I'm gonna be real with everyone right now. If I was like, I called you, a random person right now, and I was like, look I don't know what you're doing. I don't care what you have planned. You get to me in the next 7 hours, I will give you $500,000.
Run it.
You would freaking run, bike, hike, jog, sprint, climb, hike,
Swim.
take a freaking plane, whatever you need to do to get to me, you would find a way, because that's going to give you financial gain. So why wouldn't you do the same thing for the financial of your body? You wouldn't do it. You'll find an excuse. But yet if someone was going to give you money, if someone's going to give you that designer bag, if someone was going to give you that Lamborghini, your ass would you would probably drop out your freaking firstborn kid. Maybe hopefully not literally, but I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I'm being honest, right? I find time to always make it to Daniel for work, but I never found time to go to the gym. Why? Because it's harder to work on myself than it is to go and do something that's fun. It's harder to take action to what's going to make you better, and it's harder to go do something that's difficult. Right? You have to understand that the habits you have can't always be fun. Right? I love snowboarding. I love it. But I hate the chairlift, because on the chairlift, you have to have 1 foot in the board and then 1 foot out. And then you have to know how to snowboard to get off chairlift. Even if you're brand new, you still have to know how to do it.
Balance.
You have to have balance, especially it's just more of a scary thing.
So I'll die.
But if I love snowboarding, but I hate the chairlift part. So because I don't like the chairlift part, if I don't get the thing I don't like down, or if I don't do the thing I don't like, then I will never be able to snowboard. So you have to go through crap you don't like in order to get to the fun part of it, the part that you do like. Some of you don't like tracking right now. Well, too bad, because your tracking is going to help benefit your gym workout, and both of that matched together is going to equal your weight loss. You can't have one without the other. Because, and I'm not talking about the gym is getting you to lose weight, because I'm talking about deficit is going to get you to lose weight, right? But it's discipline. Right? You track your food, you go to the gym, burn more calories, you stay in a deficit, you're going to freaking lose weight. It's all discipline, it's all structure. So what are you doing now? Is that going to allow you to be who you want to be? The person what you've done the last 7 days, if you times that by 5 years, who are you going to be? Do you like that person? When you wake up in the morning and you look at the clothes you wear, the clothes you have, how you look in your clothes, the car you drive, the money you make, your bank account, your savings, your checkings, your investments, whatever it is, are you happy with that? Because times that by 5 years. Because if you're unhappy right now, then how do you think you're going to feel in 5 years from now when you've been still doing the same shit? Now, it's not going to happen because you chose to break habits today, but it will never happen if you choose to stop breaking habits, if you never start to choose to break habits.
Yeah.
Right? And it's something you understand.
You got to trust the process on this one.
It ain't going to happen over time. Stop comparing yourself to everyone. We already had a whole didn't we have a podcast about that?
Yeah.
Stop comparing yourself to everyone, right? You don't know what that person's, how long they've been grinding behind the scenes.
Be
right? You don't know.
inspired or
It
be
doesn't matter. Be
intimidated?
inspired or be insecure.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Be inspired or be insecure. So don't compare yourself to that person. I don't care if you're 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, 20. I don't care. I don't care if the next door neighbor next to you is freaking has a Lamborghini. So what? You don't.
Right now.
Not right now. Can you have it? Yes. Is it going to take a long time? Yes. But if you don't start, the time's never going to come. right? What are you doing today? And if you really like what you're doing today and times it by 5 years, if you're going to like that person, well, keep on becoming better. And if you're looking at yourself and you're listening to this podcast and you're not liking who you are today, if you're not liking how you look, then get out there and start creating better habits. Become a better version of you. Because I'm telling you right now, and I think I'm speaking for you also, we could act like we were perfect and fine and dandy and happy with being overweight and fat and X, Y, and Z, right? But this lifestyle that we live right here, and I always say this and I mean it with all my heart, get rid of the following, get rid of the stuff I got to do because of social media. I still would take this body over anything.
Same.
Even if not people weren't looking at me, even people weren't listening to me, people were inspired by me. This right here is the body, is a life that I've always wanted to live. I will take this loose skin and the discipline and the grit and the consistency and the time management that I have right now over anything else. This is not false. I feel the same way. False reality. Like I generally love this lifestyle, right? But it all started with the habits I did 5 years ago. Remember, I literally started this journey 5 years ago.
That's crazy.
Working on myself.
It feels like forever ago, but at the same time, it feels like yesterday.
It feels like yesterday, right? It's just one of those things. So really think about that. What you're doing today, is that going to push you to become a better version of yourself, right? Are you going to keep procrastinating? Are you going to keep telling yourself and telling your friends and your girlfriend and everyone that this year's my year. This year's my year. This is good. 2024 is, you know what? 2023 was learning. No. Building, learning. Shit, your whole life has been learning. What? You said 2023 was your year. Now you went and deleted that post and you said 2024 is your year.
Damn.
You know what I mean? What habits are you doing? What habits are you going to work on? What are you learning this year? What are you doing every single day to make you a better person? What are you doing every single day that's going to push you towards your dreams? Who you want to be. Not who your boyfriend or your wife or your husband wants you to be. Who you want to be.
Yeah.
Right? Because regardless of what my girlfriend says, I wake up every single morning and become the person that I want to see in 5 years. Mm-hmm. It just so happens I gave her some muscles and some abs. You know, I'm about to be, no loose skin, but we'll have a whole podcast about that. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean?
And I think it's also important to not think that just because you're deciding, we'll go back to the whole new year, new me thing. Life is not going to automatically get easier for you because it's a new year. You have to go in there thinking, even through a shitstorm, what do I need to do to make myself better in whatever avenue in life you need to,
whatever. Yeah, it doesn't have to be weight loss.
Yeah.
It could be business.
That
it could
you
be
want to improve
anything.
on. Because the reality is, shit just happens.
Life ain't going to stop because you go on a life change.
Yeah.
Well, life is going to get tougher because what it is now you're adding more stress to yourself because you want to be better. And when you want to be better in yourself, the stress is worth it.
Yeah.
I look for bad days. That's not a joke. I look for bad days because that is a day right there that I have to become better, that I feel accomplished. That's a day where I normally would fold. Mm-hmm. That's a day where a lot of people would fold. So I tell my clients all the time, look for those bad days and take them head on. Because every single day you have that's easy, they go smooth, they go simple, that everything's nice, those are so free, right? Andy talks about that a lot. But the days that are difficult, the days where I wake up and I'm like, babe, I don't want to shoot a podcast. These people are making fun of my skin. My family's calling this. I got clients aren't checking in, right? Those are the days where I just go and yeah, exactly. I will live on D&D, honestly. Those are the days where I go in the car, I do my cardio, and I'm just I let it all out, right? I lift some weights, even though I'm just supposed to do cardio. I just let it all out, right? And those are the days that I really know I won because I accomplished all my tasks and I didn't listen to that bullshit voice in my head telling me that it's difficult, it's hard, slow down. Maybe I should take a break. Maybe I should take a vacation. No, all that stuff is what I listened to when I was 3, 4, 5, and 600 plus pounds. I let every little thing that affected me stop me from becoming a better version of myself. And I did it for so long, I stopped even wanting to become a better person. I just wasn't complacent who I was.
It was too hard.
It was too hard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so crazy because that person that started the journey is way more badass than this person. Do you understand that this person right here started off over 600 pounds punching and lifting weights and it couldn't even fit in machines? I could play now and I fit in every machine. That person couldn't even fit in 100% of the machines in the gym. Damn. I was too big for the treadmill. I would step down and it would zzz, I would push so much pressure, it would still spin, but the thing wouldn't move. It's hard to explain.
Oh no, I know. what
And
you
when I
mean.
walk forward, if it was one that could do me, when I walk forward, I would stop it, and it would the spinning part would go forward, but the thing would spin at the bottom, go this way. It was zzz, you heard it go zzz.
Did you ever feel like you're gonna fall?
No, I my whole entire life, I've never
took a
broken a
tumble?
chair, or I've never. I took 2 tumbles. Both of them had to do with Four Locos. One, I was dancing, I was jerking. I shouldn't have been jerking
Are you
at
doing the
500 pounds,
jerk?
400, 500 pounds, and I had but guess what? I didn't spill that Four Loco, baby.
So you like
Four
fell
Loco
on your
shape. I was like, yeah, like jerked back and it whoop, and it kept Four Loco. Vanessa Meyer was there. She makes fun of me all the time. But what are you doing? What are you doing out there to make yourself better? Stop avoiding the best version of yourself. Stop taking excuses and letting it affect your future.
And don't overcomplicate
Don't
it.
overcomplicate
Again,
it.
start with one thing.
Start with one thing.
Then you master that.
Then master
and
that.
it becomes your daily routine that's not even a thing anymore. Then you add one more.
Everyone talks about it. You're just
Then
hearing
one
2
more.
people that have lost weight and
And I learned that from him.
I learned that from Andy. You know what I mean? And it's just true though. Replace habits. Your bad habits get replaced with better habits. Better habits turn into a lifestyle. Rinse and repeat. Right? So what are you doing today?
Wash your sheets.
Wash your sheets. Wash your ass. Wash your fingernails. Brush your teeth.
That's like a thing for you, huh? Dirty
I hate
fingernails.
dirty fingernails. Oh my. I didn't post that content the other day because I ran in the restroom. I was disgusting myself. Right? But, I'm sitting here. We're bringing light to this stuff, but this is stuff that we let slide.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Clean your car out. Put your dirty clothes away. Right? Focus on your dental, your hygiene. Focus on your cleanliness. How does your office space look? How does your bed look? How does your room look? Are your clothes laying everywhere on the floor? Right? Are your dishes always dirty? Right? Like, get your things that you need to handle that are right in front of you that you could fix today, that you could start making better habits and hold yourself accountable today. And don't try to go add another 10 more things on there.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything that you let slide today, you're going to do it for the next 5 years, and you're going to continue to not like the person that you're becoming or the person you become.
Yeah.
Because at one point in my life, I became the person I do not want to become ever again. I was depressed. I was stressed. I was fat. I was busted and dusty and crusty
broke, busted,
and
disgusted.
musty and lusty.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Being fat didn't stop me from getting in, though. But you know what I mean, though. All right, so we're going to get out there. I want you to work on better habits. Remember, this stuff takes time, right? You're talking to someone that's been doing this for 5 years.
I'm still in the thick of it.
She's at 3 years. She's thick. You know what I mean? But the stuff takes time, and you need to understand that, yes, it's amazing to watch these people and to be inspired and be motivated and to just see them and just like, man, I want to be like them. You can be like them. The only thing is different from people
could be
like
better.
them and you is that they took action and you're just speaking. So stop just speaking. Start taking action. Let's get out there, modify our life mentally, physically, emotionally, financially.
All the leaves.
And if you enjoyed this podcast, if this brought value to you, please share the episode. We'll see you on Monday morning with Modify Your Life podcast and Wednesday with another Heavy to Modified vlog.
Hopefully we'll have a guest for the next one.
We've been playing phone tag for 2 weeks.
It would be a great
And it's
one.
actually, it makes sense though, because he has some stuff, but it's going to be a good one. I know.
It's crazy though, because you guys are both equally fucking busy.
You know what? I'm not busy anymore. I'm working on being efficient.
I'm gonna find a better word for it.
Yeah, I know what you mean though.
Equally engaged.
Equally engaged. Anyone? Yeah. I mean, anyways, this is you know what? This is Modify Your Life podcast. Get out there and become the best version of yourself. Work on yourself. Work on your health. Work on your financial. Work on your emotional, your mental. Everything that you need to work on, become better. Don't overthink it. Just start it.
All this happened for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.